North of Tampa, a brand new mini-city is coming together. A STEM magnet school inside of a community, a future town center, a crystal clear lagoon, and a massive life science campus next door. If you want new construction, real commute options, and weekend fun without sacrificing the basics like safety, schools, and shopping, Angeline might be your spot. And if we've never met before, my name is Juan Alcalá. I make videos that are all things Tampa Bay, what it's like to live here, what it's like to work here, what it's like to play here. And almost 7 years ago now, my wife Kate and I sold almost everything we own, packed up our family of 5, moved 1,200 miles south here to the greater Tampa Bay area where we've been loving it ever since. And we've helped over 200 families relocate to the area, making sure they get the ideal lifestyle that they pictured in their mind in the correct community. And if you are interested in making that move, don't hesitate to reach out to me and my team. All the contact information is down below, including a link to my calendar where you can schedule a time that is most convenient for you. Now I'm excited to get in. Actually, I've got a home tour for you today. We're gonna go out and check out everything I mentioned in the description here. We're gonna talk about schools, we're gonna talk about Angeline, and everything going on in this area. So let's jump in. Angeline sits in central Pasco County, framed by State Road 52 and US 41. That runs right through Land O'Lakes. And the Suncoast Parkway, which is 589. Now this is literally right on the side of you. Super great access here, you're gonna love it. That toll road is a game changer for most people. It runs straight towards Tampa and the airport. When I was driving up to Angeline, it took me 23 minutes to get from the airport to the Ridge Road exit where Speros Moffitt Cancer Center is. So from east to west, you got State Road 52 that'll tie you into US 41 and over towards I-75. So you got some options when the traffic hits. And speaking of drive times, I really want to discuss what that real life commute looks like. And here's what most families ask first. How long is it to blank, right? Downtown Tampa is approximately 35 to 50 minutes. It will totally depend on the day. If you run into an accident, expect to climb towards that 50-minute mark, but 35 to 40 minutes regularly, pretty easy to do depending on the time of day. Tampa International Airport, like I said, I made it from the airport to Ridge Road in 25 minutes. Now, when traffic's heavier, it's gonna take you longer to get back home. 30 to 45 minutes should be an expectation if you're having to drive from that north-west quadrant there near the airport. If you're looking at Clearwater, St. Pete beaches, you're gonna plan somewhere in the range of an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. And that's gonna be on a normal weekend traffic, so keep that in mind. Though you have other beach options, but I'm just sharing with you the most popular ones that people usually ask about. But most people who are gonna live in Angeline probably are gonna end up working at the Cancer Institute or the research facility or somewhere closer in that area. But driving downtown from there actually is an option. And the big thing with Angeline is route flexibility. If 275 stalls, you can use veterans, to different bridges and pivot earlier. So there's a lot of flexibility there. And if you want, feel free to reach out to me. I have a commute matrix that I give our clients. And this is like real world drive times where I've sat on the highway at 5 o'clock and timed myself to go from Fishhawk to West Tampa and et cetera, so forth, so on. So it's a great tool that people love. And if this is a resource that'll be helpful to you, again, real world drive times, don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right, now let's talk schools because this is usually the make or break for families that we serve. And as a quick reminder, whatever school your child is going to attend can literally change and vary by the street or section in their master plan community that you choose. So you're always gonna want to run your exact address through the district tool before you write an offer. Also know that they have rezoned the district many times so far with the growth we've seen in the county there. But here's some really good news. As of today, what are we zoned for? Well, you've got Connerton Elementary, that's K through 5. You've got Pineview Middle School, which is 6 through 8. You've got Sun Lake High School, which is a 9 through 12. All of these schools have very high rankings, by the way. They are typically A-rated schools. You got the Angeline Academy of Innovation. And if you're looking for a magnet or STEM school, which are schools of choice here, these are really charter schools. You're looking at Angeline Academy of Innovation inside the community itself, literally 3 minutes from the neighborhood there. And it's a 6 through 12 STEM magnet. No traditional attendance boundary. You apply through the school of choice. And the educational tracks include robotics, engineering, and technology. Regionally, you'll also hear about Kirkland Ranch Academy of Innovation and Wendell Crinn Technical. Seats and pathways depend on the zone and the program, so keep that in mind. What about pre-K or VPK? Well, the district offers VPK each year to select sites. We'll show you where to apply and how to use the early learning condition to find options closest to Angeline, including private VPK providers. Highly regarded private options, if that is your interest, they're within 30 minutes, if you will, are gonna be the Academy of Lakes. That's pre-3. All the way to 12, that's in Land O'Lakes. You've got Bishop McLaughlin Catholic High School, that's 9 through 12, that's northwest of Angeline off of Hayes Road. You've got Carrollwood Day School, that's pre-K through 12 in North Tampa off Barris Avenue. And then there's Corbear Prep, which is pre-K through 8, that's in Carrollwood. So here's the best way for us to help you verify. On the buyer strategy session, when you reach out to us and schedule that call, we share our screen. We're gonna open up Google Maps, show you the area, show you where the schools are. We'll pull up Pasco County, the boundary map tool for you, and really kind of help you get set in on where your school currently is. Then we layer in what matters to you, say STEM school versus private school versus public schools, the arts, athletics, or maybe it's even faith-based. We're here to help you through that process. So what type of lifestyle should you expect? Well, Angeline leans outdoorsy to say the least. The Suncoast Trail is right there for biking and running. You've got Starkey Wilderness Park and Connor Preserve give you hiking, camping, and wide open Florida nature in under 30 minutes. And yes, the Angeline Lagoon is planned as part of the community's amenity vision. It's not there yet, but it's on its way. Think resort style water, cabanas, and events. If you've seen our videos on Wesley Chapel, you've seen the Epperson Lagoon. If you've seen the San Antonio, you've seen the Murata Lagoon. We've got South Shore Bay Lagoon, and then Sierra down in Parrish as well. So some phases are gonna roll out over time, but the goal is to have the weekend at home, so to speak. That's the vibe with the vacation feel that they're going for in Angeline. So fantastic walking trail to check out every single day. Look at this spot. No disappointment. So a lot of outdoors. If you're an active person or an active family, this is gonna be a great community for you to like I said, especially if you're gonna be working at Moffitt or something having to do with a cancer research facility. Now, what about shopping? Everybody always wants to know how far things like Costco and Publix are gonna be away from the house. For a Publix grocery store, the closest one's gonna be right off of State Road 52. That's about 10 to 12 minutes with traffic, depending on where you live in Angeline there. There's a Costco, which is approximately 25 to 35 minutes away. It's not super close, but the Tampa Premium Outlets are there as well. You've got US 41, which has a ton of shopping on it as well. And that's right over by the Dayspring Academy and also the sports complex there as well. So plenty of shopping here in the area. You can go over to Grove, hit the new Target XL, which is a massive store, all of the shopping out there. There's a lot to love in the area here and much more to come, of course, so keep your eye on that. And I'm here at the Publix on the north end of what would be Angeline here, just right down State Road 52. There's a Beef O'Brady's on the corner here. We've got a UPS store, a China Walk, which is a convenient liquor store, Blue, great clips, so you can get your hair cut if that's the thing. Publix, Marco's Pizza. There's a karate place there as well, a Subway, and a cleaner on the end as well. And for those of you who are huge Waffle House fans, you got one of those down at the end too. So that's really nice. A lot of things to love here, a lot to come for sure. I wanted to pop into this. Oh, and there's a dental office right next door as well. So there's more than enough to get into when you're looking at Angeline in terms of development and what you have at your fingertips in terms of amenities and shopping as well. So over there is the day school, just got finished. I'll show you guys a peep of that. But this is the farm, which is really cool. Again, they're trying to add some sustainability to the overall neighborhood, which I think this is awesome. I love stuff like this, y'all. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a huge fan. You can come literally pick vegetables, work your garden in your own neighborhood, which is pretty dang awesome if you ask me. So I love this. It's just a gorgeous day today too, so definitely it's a good time to come hang out. So awesome. Welcome centers over there also, so you can come check out all this stuff. They got a patio up there, which is great. Now, when it comes to housing, you'll see new construction neighborhoods from builders like Lennar, D.R. Horton, and Dreamfinders Home. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take you out there today where we're gonna take a quick tour of a really cool model called the Boca 2. All right, y'all, it's a beautiful day to tour homes here in Florida. It is 77 degrees and no humidity, so it's a good one. I'm gonna take you guys inside of this Dreamfinder home here, and I love this model. We're gonna talk about it as we go through it here today. I love the layout of this property. We're gonna talk about, this is a story and a half, a 4-bedroom, 4 full bath. You can option for a 5th bedroom, and it is a story and a half. You know, having the study right up front, lots of natural light. It's got the French doors here that are made out of glass, and it's big enough space, right? And there's still enough space in here to do whatever you need to do in terms of a studio. But as you come in past the foyer here, you've got the formal dining room. I see a lot of other families convert this to something like a bonus space. And then that carries you into this gorgeous cook's kitchen, oversized island, which everybody always loves, of course. Behind that, really nice tile choice here. You've got the hood vent that kicks outside. You do have the shaker cabinets, which a lot of people still love. Quartz countertops here, deep single sink. They do have an option for the underlit cabinetry, which is a huge bonus. There is a great landing area here with built-ins. This is something you'd have to do on your own here, but I love how it's set up here with the shoe containers and nice bench and a landing space. And as you come in through the garage, which is a 3-car garage, by the way, you come into this huge, massive laundry space with a sink. Lots of cabinetry in here as well. So a lot of storage options as you come into this house. And again, love having the 3-car garage, but they do. You got a nice pantry right behind me here as well, y'all. And in the living room here, also behind me, you've got the breakfast nook or the dining area, which a lot of people would work and live at too. You know, again, our kids would be up at this counter all day long. The wife would be, you know, doing some work over here. And then this is the living room area, if you will. So nice spot. And it's not small. I mean, this television behind me here is probably close to 70 inches for perspective. So good space overall. It doesn't feel overwhelmingly large. I really like how the floor plan is laid out here. And this is the bonus room. This room currently is set up as a workout space, and you guys will see that here in the tour. And it's like a 17 by 14. I'll have to put the floor plan up so you guys can get it. If this goes into an optional 5th bedroom, it does go down to like a 14 by 13, which is still a great size bedroom, but it makes the bathroom a little bit larger. So I'll show you that here in a second. But this is a great workout space. Great spot here. Love how this is set up. Huge bathroom. This master suite is fantastic. You do have the cove ceilings up top here, which are great. There's plenty of space. You got an oversized dresser in here. This is at least a Cali King in this bedroom here. So not a small bedroom at all. I think it's the appropriate size. You got nice room for both nightstands there. This definitely feels like a spa, but not going over the top. Soaker tub, humongous shower. I mean, there's room for a dance inside of here. You do have 2 vanities, which I know a lot of people love. Extra space here. I mean, there's even space down here for the laundry, which I know people are a huge fan of. There's a water closet. For those of you who've never seen one of those before, all that is a toilet with a door on it. And then this closet here is insane. It is huge. So I don't know what the run on this wall here, but it has to be at least 10 feet, if not 12. And it's so big, they've got enough for 2 stools here inside of the closet, which I know a lot of people will love. So, okay, this 2nd bedroom is what I would call it. Bedroom number 2 is not huge, but it is also not small. You got more than enough room for a good sized queen bed, full dresser, nightstand, and then huge closet space as well for anybody who's ever concerned about that. You know, when one of the smallest bedrooms has a huge closet, you know you're doing well. That takes us through the hallway, past the other full bathroom in this house, which is another good size. This is right off the kitchen area, as you can see behind me there. And all the tile through the whole home is the same in all the bathrooms, and so is the cabinetry. Like that. Some people don't necessarily love that, but I think it's a nice touch. That takes us into the other bedroom, which looks like it's almost identical in size. So kind of like if you had a boy and a girl, this is probably a great spot for them. Closet size is the same. Well, this one's a little bit different actually. So this is another walk-in here, but really good sized closets, man. I mean, like this is the one that's under the stairs, which is why they didn't have the double door there, but you can still see
I'll tilt it up here and then you guys can see, like, they use the whole space. This is huge. Now, this is the room that I love this layout of this house, and I'll explain how, like, there's a few modifications you can make in terms of options that I think are really well worth it. Forgive me for getting winded here, but this bedroom is massive, y'all. There are 2 dressers in this room, chest of drawers, which are just fantastic. You got this huge wall that they've got paintings on, which is great. Art, you've got room for a desk in here, still, nightstand. That's a queen bed. You could easily put a king size bed up here. Of course, you got the 8-foot door still. Great closet space, just like we talked about earlier. And it has its own bathroom. So what I love about this space up here is a couple things. First of all, it's a 1.5 stories. So what does that mean? If you've never heard of that term before, the second story is not a full second story. It's a half of a story. Sometimes it's a third. Don't worry about the technical side of that. But there's usually some kind of bonus areas. And I've seen this lived in a few different ways. Question you're probably wondering is, what does it cost, right? And I would too. This model is the Boca 2, and if I didn't mention that earlier, forgive me. And they're starting in the 600s with lot premiums and everything, but let me read to you right now what the specs on this property are approximately. Now, this is subject to change at any time because the pricing is through the builder, not through us, of course, but this is the Boca 2 model. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3-car garage, a 1.5 story, comes in at 3,278 square feet. And the price tag on this is right now around $693. So the finishes they have in this model are probably a little bit more. They usually put all of the finishes they can get in a model home like this, so you guys can see how lovely it can be. But I love this home. I love the way that it's laid out. I think this has a ton to offer, especially for those larger families, or even maybe if you're a couple and you just want a lot of space and you have a lot of people that come visit you. If you're someone who loves to entertain, if you're someone who loves to really, maximize the space that you live in, I love this floor plan. So it's definitely worth checking out. So now I want to take you guys out to the covered lanai area here, because something unique about this home that I really, really like is the fact that not only do you have the triple sliders here, which are great, fantastic. You got enough room for, your table here as well. I would opt for an outdoor kitchen space, but I love the fact that you have end-to-end covered line, right? So as we look at this, we go to the other side of the house here, it's entirely covered. That's fantastic. So that's the primary suite there. Over here is that bonus room, which again, I would probably make into another bedroom. And then here's where my pool would be. I'd screen the whole thing in. It would be awesome. This is a great floor plan, y'all. Definitely worth checking out here in Angeline. This community has so much to offer, like we discussed.
Now, when it comes to fees, this is a master plan community. You're gonna have them. You're gonna have HOA fees, you're gonna have CDD fees, and because this is a lagoon community, you're also going to have a lagoon fee as well. And no, you cannot opt out of any of these, so keep that in mind. The HOA fee is $325 a quarter, so that's pretty reasonable. The lagoon fee is gonna be approximately $50 a month, and right now the CDD fees are coming in at approximately $3,900 a year. That's on top of your home taxes, by the way, so keep that in mind. Now, the wait times for these builds can change fast. It just depends on what's going on in the community. So reach out to us, we'll dial you in. Right now we're seeing a contract build, meaning that you go and sign the contract, you pick the lot and they build it. That's taken somewhere 8 to 10 months on average. But there are homes that are already ready to roll. So if that interests you, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll send you the Angeline buyer packet that we have with current inventory, fees, and the clean comparison chart by builder, so you can really kind of dial in. Now let's talk about what's coming next, because that is what really has people so excited about Angeline. And south of Angeline is Moffitt Speros Life Science Campus with hundreds of acres planned for research, clinical, and advanced manufacturing over multiple phases. Why that matters: nearby jobs, specialized care options, and long-term demand that tends to support the area's shops, restaurants, and services, most importantly, the residents. And it's a decade-long build-out, not overnight. right and the direction is clear. This is also a great location if you're going to work at areas like USF, if you want to have access to some of the northern defense contracting out there as well. So there's a lot of really nice things about the area here that continues to grow. Pasco County has exploded in popularity and a lot of companies are investing in the area as well. So just keep that on your radar. Make sure that you're dialed in, because this is a little bit longer term plan, but this community it's just lights out. If you want to be close to the action but not in the action, want to be outdoorsy and want to have access to everything that people love about Florida, you really should check out Angeline. Now, what about safety and expectations? Well, I love to share tools. Now, because I hold a real estate license, I technically can't tell you whether a neighborhood's safe or not. However, I can tell you where to find that information, and I'm gonna link that in the description down below. There is a site called Neighborhood Scout, and it's one of my favorite. It attaches directly to the FBI database, and you could also go to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, look up their database there, and get dialed in as well. So these are two really valuable resources so you can look at it. The other thing I tell people to do is go to the neighborhoods at different times, right? Go in the morning when you would drop the kids off at the bus, hang out in neighborhoods as the sun goes down. You can really get a general feel. Go hang out at the grocery stores. That gives you a really good sense of who is living in your community. But I will say this is a community built around a research facility. So if history proves itself right in any way, shape, or form, two things will happen here. You're gonna have world-class education, which you already have at least three A-rated schools right there in the community. And then you're also gonna have a focus on safety. So those are things that I would take into consideration as I'm looking at a community like Angeline. So if Angeline's starting to pique your interest and check some of those boxes, don't hesitate to reach out to me and the team. All of my contact information is down below. It'll take you right to our website. It'll ask you just a few brief questions, and it will literally take you my calendar behind that, where you can schedule a time that is most convenient for you. Me and the team will jump on that call, open up Google Maps, show you around, and really help you dial in and do quality homework so you can make a qualified decision about whether you think this community is going to be best for you. And as always, until next time, go out and live that Tampa life.